in case someone, you know, moved in or whatever, you had to leave the spot vacant, but who was gonna check me? Not I. Okay, y'all. I know it's been a long time, but we back. We back. This is my first ever chit chat. If y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm just saying. But I got a lot of questions from y'all. I'm gonna be talking about the responses to them questions I got from y'all regarding my 4-year journey from high school to college. Some advice, some life lessons, some, y'all know what I'm saying? I got some good pointers. I'm not no guru, but I got some good pointers. We're gonna do a little get ready with me chit chat. This is my first ever chit chat, so I'm excited. I'm gonna show y'all how I do my skincare, my hair, but that's nobody's business because this hair, we need to talk about it. And just other pointers, so if y'all wanna hear what I'm saying, keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna go in with is a rag, not no dirty rag, a clean rag. And I wet it, and it's already wet. And then I'm gonna go in with my daily moisturizing lotion. So, focus, survey, okay? Y'all know what I'm talking about. This skin, yeah, don't play with me, yeah. So, let's start off first. My 4-year journey at UCR from high school. So in high school, I feel like that's what I'm gonna break it down with, is high school to college. I'm only gonna talk about a little bit about senior year of high school and then jump right into college. I feel like this is important for any of y'all that are, and I'm sitting on this seat, it's squeaky, okay? And I'm in my bathroom. So it's, I'm gonna be doing it like that, organizational. I have chapters so that y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, you get me? Yeah, okay. So let's start with my senior year in high school. High school was a very fun time for me, but also challenging at the same time. Senior year, I was going through this transformation. I mean, even starting from freshman year. So a lot of y'all don't know, but my mom at 14, I mean, not at 14, I was 14, but she had passed when I was 14, and I had just started high school, and that was a very difficult time for me. And right after she passed, I went right back to school, and I feel like my 4 years were a fog, but also were memorable at the same time. That was a trying time for me, and I had a lot of different friends. Like I'm very social, was very fun, and I could talk to anybody. So I had a lot of friends. Then at 18, you know, COVID happened. And then it was my senior year of high school. Then COVID had happened. And like a big shift that happened right after graduation in terms of my friendships. So I couldn't wait. And in between time was college decisions. So when I was applying to colleges, this was a one-on-one. Girl, I didn't know where I wanted to go. I just applied to different schools. I'm talking real quiet, like I ain't in my own house. I didn't know where I wanted to go. I was applying to different schools, and I didn't really care. And not care in the sense of like, oh, you don't know what you want to do. You don't know what college you want to go to. It was just more so like wherever I was going to go, I was going to be good. Like, I know prestige was a very important thing, like especially senior year, like people be talking about the schools they went to, what they would be doing, GPA, SAT scores, all that caca. I was like, as long as I get into a 4-year and it's not in Bakersfield, because y'all know, if y'all are in Bakersfield, y'all know what I'm talking about. I lived in Bakersfield, grew up in Bakersfield, didn't want nothing to do with Bakersfield. No hate, no shade, but I've been here all my life. Like as long as it was outside of Bakersfield, I didn't care. I knew I was going to be successful wherever I went. And I just wanted a shift. I needed a shift. And UCR, I don't even know how UCR came up in the picture. I picked UCR, I know that, because I went there, duh. But I didn't know nothing about UCR. So when I was applying to schools, I was like, I'm just going to go to UCR. Like, that's where I'm going to go. It was cool. The only thing I knew about UC Riverside, was it was in Riverside. And before I was born, like my family had lived there. So that's the only thing I knew. And I had family maybe 30 minutes away too. That's all I knew. But UCR, I had never seen the campus, never visited the campus physically, nothing. The first time I ever saw the campus was when I moved in my sophomore year into the dorms. So Didn't know anything about UCR, just picked it on a whim. And was like, I'm gonna go here for 4 years. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. And I couldn't wait. The fact that it was 3 hours from Bakersfield, I was like, see y'all there, okay? So went there. You know, freshman year was COVID, so I had, you know, picked UCR, whatever. And I was a student that was very involved. Like, I couldn't wait to start classes, but I was also very nervous because people would talk about how difficult college was, and I was like, oh man, am I not gonna pass? Like, I was very nervous because I didn't know what to expect. It was college, right? I didn't know what to expect, but I was very excited. So like all my classes, I was very involved. I would talk to my academic advisor. I know they was tired of seeing my face in that office. I know they was mad seeing myself on that Zoom. I would talk to all my professors. I took this one course, which is a CHFY F1RST. And it's like a first year transitional class for first year students coming in. They help you. I've been washing my face for a long, long time, girl. Because I be rambling, girl. So I did that class. So you basically teach first years how to transition into college. Very, very nice. I go really, really deep into, as y'all can see, like very, very deep in, like clean. And the water I use is cold. Like I don't use warm water. I use very cold water. Make sure I get deep inside because I went on a nice run today in the morning. Took a shower, so we're here now. So this is a little bit more informal. Hopefully y'all are okay with that. But yeah, so I did that first year transitional program where you teach students just how to develop professionally, academically, and personally, and they're taught by other students. And I really enjoyed that class. Like my peer educators, I would talk to them all the time outside of class, just very excited. So when I moved in, I was very, very excited my second year. And my peer educators from my first year were like, oh, you should apply to be a peer educator. And I was like I was very like, you know, I was like, oh, okay. But I was very, very nervous because I was like, this is an on-campus job and da-da-da-da this. Long story short, I got the job and it was online and the pay was real good, girl. I'm not going to tell you, but it was real good. If y'all are UCR students after your first year and you're looking for like an online flexible job, that job, my favorite job I've ever had on campus, ever. And I taught online. So this was second year, so I moved in and things took a turn for the worse, and I ended up being, I was put in like a double, so I was put in a double, and then my roommate had moved out, etc. So then it was just me, a single, and me and my roommate, we still keep in touch, but I was just me, a single, and that was a very, very difficult year for me, just for personal reasons, which I'm not going to get into, but I was working as a peer educator, and I had met like the first group of friends that I had made at the dining hall. So I went to the dining hall. If y'all go to UCR, y'all know about Glasgow. So if you live in the dorms, or if you're a first year living on campus in the dorms, basically you have to get a dining plan from what I understood, at least a few years ago when I was there. So that was really, really important. And then like I said, I'm gonna go in with the CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Lotion. This is what the residue looks like. You don't need a lot. So yeah, I met them and we became good friends, and I was doing my peer educator job and I loved it. I loved my students. The fact that I had the ability to teach first years, because I was just there, and the difference was they were on campus versus me. I was at home because of COVID. Was a huge, huge deal. Like I didn't take it for granted, and it was flexible. Like my supervisors were amazing. Like I could not like speak well enough about the job. Like it was just one of my favorite jobs. It paid well. It was part-time, so when you're working on campus you can only work 19 and a half hours if you're a full-time student, which I was. So that's the hours I worked. And I keep putting residue on. I want to make sure my skin is good, y'all. I don't play when it comes to my skin. Okay, so I did that, and then I had heard about the RA. So my RA that I had in the dorms, I lived in AI for reference. AI is one of the oldest buildings. Loved it. It's light, but girl, y'all need an update. But loved it. It was cute. And them showers, y'all. I don't miss them showers. Them showers were skinny, rectangular. They looked like cells, like prison cells, but that ain't nobody's business. But neither here nor there. Enjoyed my AI experience, and then I applied to be an RA. My RA that I had during my time at AI was saying like the RA job was cool, but she was in the dorms, right? So she could only speak on that experience. So when I had applied, I had put my preference as campus apartments, and then second I had put the dorms. There were LLCs, which are like living learning communities. So I put like the Pan-African Hall, that's something that I identify with. And then a couple other things. I put honors because I was in the honors program. I also joined honors too. I forgot to mention, y'all. I joined honors my second year. So that is another thing that I did and I had to do research on. So that's also something that I talk about. I'll talk about too in terms of clubs I joined throughout. But I want to paint y'all a picture. So I applied to do the RA thing. Campus apartments first, dorms second, and then LLCs within the dorms preference. But I really wanted the campus apartments. Because if y'all know about AI, like the double, it's like a room. So say you're in a room. Y'all can't even see my hand. Say you're on a room. I had one side, so like a twin bed. There was some drawers underneath, a little shelf cabinet, a refrigerator in the middle, a desk in front of the bed, and then a closet. And then it was the same on the other side. But since I was on my own, it was just my room. But you technically couldn't put things on the other roommate's bed, even though she didn't live there, like she had moved out. Because in case someone, moved in or whatever, you had to leave the spot vacant, but who was gonna check me? Not I. So yeah, so it was a lot smaller. So I had applied and I had another friend that I was like, oh girl, you should apply too. We both lived in AI, she lived in a different hall. I was like, girl, you should apply too. So now I just went in with a Vaseline right now, because my lips are feeling a little chapped. But I'm going to go in with this. This is my secret weapon that I use to do my eyebrows, to shape them. Because, y'all, I don't be waxing. Don't come for me. I'm not doing that. I did it once. We not going to do it in the near future because it burned. Okay. So I'm going to go in with this. And I just use it to shape it. So I'm looking at my mirror, like my main mirror, because I want to get it right. So... yeah, so I encouraged her to apply because I'm like, why not? And she had like a housing situation with her roommates, or she was, but something fell through and she didn't do it. So I was like, girl, just apply. Like the least that could happen is we don't get it. Boy, did I not know. So during the summer, I got the call that I had been placed in Stonehaven Apartments, which is, it's an on-campus apartment. It's considered an on-campus apartment, but its location is really off-campus. So I got placed there to be an RA, and I remember getting the call, the email saying, hey, you were hired, whatever. So keep in mind, I had that peer educator job, so now I was coming into my third year. I was gonna be a third year. So now I had two jobs, right, technically. And I was like excited, but like I'd heard iffy things about Stonehaven, so I called housing and was like, and what if I don't, sign the contract? And they were like, well, you don't get that housing. And I was like I signed that contract. So I was like, okay. I didn't know what it entailed to be an RA. I was just excited to throw programs, connect with residents, community. Obviously, everybody knows about like the discounts and perks that come with it. But me being social and me as a person, like I was like beyond that. Like I wanted community connections, just to be a resource to others at this point. So I had joined, I had accepted it, and I had moved in August 24th, 2022. I was 20 years old, and I say that because I walked in and I couldn't believe what I walked into. I had a whole apartment to myself, could not believe. And if y'all looked at my prior video, y'all, I don't think I did an apartment tour, but maybe I'll post like a little short clip, or maybe I won't because I don't live there, and another RA lives there. I feel like that's weird. But I had a whole apartment to myself, like a kitchen, a living room, a bathroom, my room, and I couldn't believe that I had that much space, and I was blessed with such a space. A lot of students, I think, want to live on their own, because in college you be having roommate issues, and you be wanting to live on your own sometimes. And like I had that experience when I was 20 years old, and the fact that I had my own apartment in California is expensive. So I couldn't believe it. So when I walked in, I was very determined to make it my own. I'm gonna make this apartment my own apartment. Like it's gonna be decked out in me. When you come inside, you're gonna see me and feel me. Not literally, but like feel me, like emotionally, like just come in and feel at peace. So I was very excited. Because who knows when I'll own an apartment again, especially in California. So yeah, I lived there. My third year was cool. being an RA. I was an RA with that friend that I had told you about. I didn't give you her name for privacy reasons. Well, I don't think she'd mind, but my friend. And she ended up being in a different community. She ended up being in Bannockburn, an RA there. So we both were RAs. She was a year younger than me. So I was a third year, she was a second year when she started. So it was cool. I would say my third year summing up RA while being a peer educator was the best of both worlds, but challenging at the same time. My peer educator job, I loved it, no complaints. It was amazing, but my RA experience, my third year, was challenging in the sense of balancing a lot of things. And for me, I think I wanted to be liked because you're the RA, you're the face of that community for your residents. So for me, I was just very cautious and I think very self-conscious too at times, like, oh man, am I saying the right things? I hope I'm not making residents uncomfortable. And over time I learned like some residents aren't very social and they're just like hi. Some residents are more social and they want to get to know you more. Some come out to your program, some you barely see, some are just very different. So you just learn different dynamics being an RA. But I had a very good experience. I got along with all my residents. I was very social. A lot of my residents were very friendly, wanted to talk, would always come to my programs. I enjoyed it. And it was challenging in the sense too of duty. Duty. I don't miss duty. That's one thing I don't miss. Duty, and the team was close, so it was cool. Management was, questionable, but hey, we got through it, right? That's all that matters. So I enjoyed that my third year, and then my fourth year, different experience. So for me, like, if I were to do things over, I might have just done RA my third year. Not that my fourth year was bad, but where I was at, I just felt like I could have shifted things a little bit more. And where I was spread thin, I was in a bunch of things. So I was also in the honors program, so I was working on my capstone. I was in ASPB, which is Associated Students Programs Board. So that's like the entertainment on campus, like the block parties, the spring splashes, different events like that. That's like ASPB. I was doing the peer educator, and then the RA, the two jobs, and just a bunch of other things. I was in NSA, just a bunch of other things is the point. And then management was just different. And sometimes when you don't have the best management and the best codes, like, especially as an RA, yikes, the reaction says it all. That's the reaction I have to it. So we got through it though. It was still good. I had finished decorating my apartment my fourth year, like December maybe. Maybe I'll insert like a clip like of the apartment if I can find one, like just of the whole thing. But I really, really enjoyed my apartment, and that was like the first taste of living on my own, but also knowing how important like peace is when living on your own, like how crucial that is. So yeah, how would I sum up my 4 years at UCR? Just beautiful. I mean, just beautiful, beautiful experience. I didn't know what to expect out of UCR, and it turned out to be just a great experience. Now, what I would tell y'all, advice, we go into advice now. Research the school that you're gonna go to. Like, don't do what I did and not research. Granted, it worked out for me, but in all honesty, you should research the school. Like, if you have the opportunity, like, go visit the school, your major, different things like that. Even for me, like, faith is very important. I didn't even research if there was a church near UCR. Good Lord Jesus. Like, what was I thinking? I did not research. So it's important, like, the values that you have, make sure that school has that, if you know what I'm saying. So for me, luckily there was a Newman Center by campus, and that turned out to be a beautiful community as well for me, and it was down the street from UCR. So things worked out for me in my favor. My majors were there. I was able to double major, and the fact that I also graduated and turned 22 and graduated with 2 degrees on my birthday. My graduation was June 18th, which is my birthday. So a lot of things aligned with me that I didn't anticipate, which was the greatest thing. So these are some advice and takeaways I would get. And I'm going to answer your questions. So some of the advice that I would give y'all. So right now, I'm going to go in with my Laneige lip gloss. Ooh, focus. My friend bought this for me. And then I'm going to go in with my Fenty lip gloss. I don't know what color this is. like the name of it is, the color, but Fenny and Melange. And I'm gonna put some Dove, and then I'm gonna put my yellow top on, and then yeah. So right now I'm gonna talk about advice I would give y'all for your 4 years throughout UCR, or just not at UCR, just at any university, just anywhere in life I feel like you could apply. Now I'm not trying to preach to the choir, but this is what I've learned through my 4 years. Number one, I told y'all research that school. I meant that, like research. Granted, it may work out for you, but you want to know where it's stepping into for 4 years. And I didn't transfer. I was just like, wherever I'm going to go, I'm just going to pick it, go with it. And then that leads me to my next advice is trust your decisions. Trust your decisions. And I mean it. Y'all are all capable of making strong decisions, and oftentimes I think we psych ourselves out or we ask other people's advice because we don't trust our decisions. And it's not bad to seek counsel, especially wise counsel, but oftentimes you make a decision and whatever consequences come of it, you deal with it, you accept it. So that's something that I learned at UCR was with whatever opportunity experience I had, clubs I joined, the jobs I worked, even if it wasn't the best, I accepted it. I didn't quit right in the middle. By all means, if something is extremely toxic for your health or something bad, like go. But just different things, like whatever decision you make, I chose to be there. Like I live in my apartment. That was a beautiful opportunity. Even amongst all the caca that management and other people did, I was like, I'm gonna push through. And something that's important is whatever decisions you make, accept the consequences. And consequences aren't a bad thing. It's a result to an action, whether that's positive or negative. So sometimes you just have to deal with the consequences and learn from it. Another thing I would do is put yourself out there. I know a lot of people say that, but really put yourself out there and be intentional with it. A lot of the times in college you find what you're really good at, and it may have nothing to do with your major. A lot of the times it don't, but hey, I ain't trying to get y'all in trouble like that, but it don't. But be intentional with it. Keep honing it. And being intentional means choosing intention and putting in the effort, right? So if there's something that you like or something that you're interested in, try it out and see and put a good forth effort. You may be able to turn that into something, very much something. Number 3, choose joy. That is something that I've learned over the years is people can't steal what you don't give to them. I was supposed to be applying the lip gloss, but I'm too busy talking, girl. But yeah, choose joy. People can't take what you don't. I want you guys to see it. Look at the coverage. Are you kidding me? Like, please stop talking to me. And yellow is my favorite color? You're kidding me. So something that I want y'all to do is choose joy. Always be in control of, you know, your emotions and not letting anybody steal that joy or peace away from you because people will try. So for me, things just don't bother me. I'm going with Fenty lip gloss. For me, I just don't care. I'm very like, do what you do, let them. Another thing is let people be. Don't try to consume or control or try to manipulate the outcome to anything. Just let it be. Oftentimes, the way it's supposed to be ends up working out way better for you than you try to manipulate and try to maneuver the outcome. Because baby, it don't work. It never does. It never does. I said that right? It never do. It never does. I meant what I said. Okay? And then, what else am I going to go in with? I might pick out my hair just a little bit. I can't find the comb. Right now, y'all, I'm gonna put my yellow top on. And yeah, so, all right, y'all, we back. So I'm wearing this yellow top, cinched in at the waist. Yellow is my favorite color. Okay. So I'm not smooth with that yet, but one day I will be. Okay, so where was I? Yes, so choosing joy. And then I'm going to answer some questions y'all had. Oh, and another thing is have a faith. You know, I put in my description box like faith, but something that has helped me along my UCR journey is having a good community. Something I believe in God. I believe in God, and faith has been a very, very big part of my life since I was born. And that is something that holds me accountable. That is something that I enjoy and I love, and faith has gotten me to where I am today. And I went to the Newman Center, which is the St. Andrew Newman Center off Big Springs Road, and that's been something that has changed my life as well. That is something that I always will thank for my blessings, my 4 years here, because there were moments and times where I wanted to drop out of school. I was like, I'm done. I've had it. Different times, and God has always kept me going. And my apartment and just different things in my experience at UCR, all God, it's not all my doing. It's not all my doing. So yeah, so y'all asked me some questions, so I'm gonna answer them. Yeah, we're gonna go through them. So one of y'all asked me, what is something I wish you would have told your freshman year self? Girl, you're gonna be successful in whatever you choose to do. Get out of your head, stay focused, stay motivated, put God first, things in your life will align. Like, I'm much more just carefree about things and just very like, it is what it is. I accept whatever situation it is. I will work my hardest to change it. Then whatever I can't control, leave it to God. You know, and I was always good as I was. Right? Me trying to change myself is saying, God, you didn't do a good job on me, and he did a great job on me. He did a number on me. Girl, he did a number. He did a number. Can we get an amen? He did a number. So you're going to do great in life. You are focused. You're motivated. You may have a lot of obstacles, but one thing about you is you choose to inspire and just stay focused on the good every single day. You're good. And don't worry so much. You worry a lot, which is a natural feeling, but don't worry so much. And you don't be around a lot of people. Like, I don't hang around a lot of people. You know, I have my good friends and we talk, and that's good for me, you know, and you're gonna thrive. That's what I would tell my younger self. If your younger self could see all you accomplished, what would she say? Damn, but girl, you got a lot more to go. If you were to tell me at 18 years old, back in my home doing school online, that at 20 I would be living in my own apartment, but I would have the financial means to decorate my apartment, and it would be in California. And keep in mind, the RAs that live in the campus apartments, only 14 out of maybe 300 or 400 get the campus apartments. And I know Glenmore's an apartment, but the RAs there, you have to have a housemate. Like, I mean, I solely had it. I didn't live with anybody. Didn't have any housemates, roommates, or nothing. I would have thought, girl, you're crazy. That wasn't even on my vision board. I have a vision board. That wasn't even on my vision board. So where I'll be in 5-10 years, I don't know. I would just be proud. I would soak in the moments and be like, it's not the end. But just be very excited. Like, girl, you did it. And you graduated with 2 degrees, double major. You turned 22. And it was on your birthday and the same day as graduation. Girl, you better stand up. Like, girl, come on now. You stop playing with yourself, girl. You good. You good. Just stay focused. You good. That's what I would tell her. How did you decide on going to UCR? Girl, I didn't decide. I just picked the school. I was like, I'm going to go here, and this is what I'm doing. Y'all doing this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to UCR, and it's going to be cool. Like, didn't have an expectation of it. And that's another thing I want to say. See, I be talking, is sometimes you have to have not an expectation on things. That's not saying have low expectations on the important things in life, but sometimes you just do. If that makes sense. I didn't have an expectation on what it was supposed to be like. I just enjoyed it and took opportunities. I chased some opportunities, and some came to me, and I took it and made the best of what I had. And that's sometimes what you just have to do in life, is make use of what you have. Use what you have for good. Don't wait on, if I had this or this or this, my life would be better. Don't compare yourself. Use what you have now and turn it into good, and you'll be Gucci. That's also another important thing, is use what you have, use it to help others, inspire others, and you be inspiring people that pretend not to see you. Always. So stay focused and use what you have. That's what I did. That's why I was able to be, I think, successful at UCR, just beyond academics. But I was able to do all these things. My research project is based on my mom. How does losing a parent affect your grief? I was very adamant on doing a project that was close to home. That's what I did it. That's what I did it on. So you can make your experience whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be this picture perfect, what I see, what I do. It's up to you. And what I would say is use what you have, because you only have 4 years. Make it the best in your eyes. Be successful in your own right, not in what people say. I'm sweating like a meatball. Okay, let's keep going with them questions. It's hot. I need to put some perfume before I head out. Okay, one of my residents. Oh, Jasmine, love you, girl. Do you have any regrets? Not necessarily any regrets. The only thing I wish I would have done was study abroad. That was an opportunity I wish I would have done. If y'all are in college, study abroad. One, because how cool is it to study in another country? Like, are you kidding me? And two, like, especially if you have the means for it and whatever, but like, how cool is that? And then two, just being around other students and learning other cultures in a different country. Like, I'm like, damn, girl, you could have been Miss Worldwide. That's the one more thing that would have been like off the box. But that is something, if I do further my education, I would love to study abroad. That would be great. Do's and don'ts in college. I feel like that's a laundry list. I feel like, you know, people talk about this all the time. I feel like I said the advice that I kind of would do. Now, don't smoke weed. I know people be like, girl, shut the front door and shoo, but that smell. I remember walking to campus every day, and there was this young man that would always smoke a cigarette by the trees, and every time he'd walk back, it would reek. Like, I'd be like, something about the smell of cigarettes and smoke just, I can't, doesn't do it for me. I just can't do it. Doesn't do it. I'm not, nope. What are other don'ts? Don't be afraid to try new things. I feel like this is the generic, but don't be afraid to try new things. Put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to not be liked by people, okay? And I'm still gonna be shining just like my yellow shirt. You're gonna see me. I'm gonna blind them eyes, girl. I'm gonna blind them eyes, girl. So, I don't know. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of, like, to take hold of your education, right? This is your education, right? Y'all ultimately chose to be there at that institution, at that college, at that business, whatever it is. So do your best. I see a lot of students, we get, you know, let me not say a lot, let me not put y'all in a group, but you get to college and you're like, well, maybe you jack off or you don't pay attention and don't do well. That's your education. And who wants to repeat classes? Not I. I'm not trying to repeat any classes or do anything. I'm going to go with dub deodorant because your girl is sweating before I head out. But do well in college. Like, be proud of those grades that you earn. You'll look back and be like, man, I had such a clean GPA, a clean transcript. And if you mess up one year, it's okay. Try again. Don't give up on yourself. You are the only person that's going to get you where you want to be in life. So you better, if everybody else loses hope, as long as you believe in yourself, you can get to where you want to be. That's what I would say. What other questions? How did I manage stress? So, along my UCR journey, I started going to the SRC. The SRC is a nice gym at UCR. It's huge. And I would do yoga in the mornings. Like, that was something that was very peaceful. I would get up like 5:30, 6 a.m. every morning and go to yoga in the morning, come home, shower, get on with my class. But I would say some type of fitness. I was very good at taking care of myself. Like, not in the beginning, but very good at implementing times because my schedule would be like 5:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Classes, school, clubs, church, self-care, eating. Make sure you put in breaks to eat. Like, do not skip meals. Repeat, do not skip meals. Make sure you put in the time. If you have to put in 7:30 to 8 a.m. breakfast, like, go eat balanced meals. Please, 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 please. And if you're like off campus and you don't have a dining plan, like, budget those meals so you're able to like do more meals that are like balanced and you feel good, because you want to have the nutrients so you have the means to go, like in school, because UCR is a big campus. It's a big campus. So always eat, like, and plan those times. Like, if you want to do a workout, put that in your schedule. Like, Google Calendar is your best friend. That's what I would use for everything. And I would color code it, my workouts, all those things I listed. What else? How did you keep yourself motivated? It's beautiful to see. I have a vision board, and anywhere you want to be in life, you are the one that is going to have to do it. That's just what it is. Yes, you can have support and help, but you have to see the vision for yourself. And I envision big things for myself, girl. Big, big things for myself. And I know I will get there. So I would say create a vision board and actively work at what you want to accomplish. So if you say you want to exercise every single day and maintain a healthy lifestyle, what food are you eating on a daily basis? Are you eating a lot of sugars, or are you having a good meal with like some fruit on the side? Are you planning those workouts to contribute to that goal or dream of yours? So something for me is maybe down the line, I want to run like a marathon. So something I've been getting back into is running. So I haven't been super consistent, but I run in the morning. And another goal of mine is I want to be waking up at 6 a.m. again. So since coming back, I've been getting up at 8 or 9 a.m. and I'm like, I want to get up at 6, 7 a.m. because it's cooler in the morning. So I need to therefore sleep at 10 or 9 p.m. 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. so I can get those 8 hours of sleep. So I'm able to get up, do my skincare, because girl, and get to that workout. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable and you'll do great. And anything you want in life, you'll get, and keep going. So yeah, I know I was all over the place. I'm sweating like a meatball. I'm like super sweaty. Y'all can't see it. I'm gonna have to redo all this skincare. That's what I get for talking. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all want more in depth, I'm very careful about what I say because I can talk a lot and ramble, and I just, I want to be careful with what I say. But if y'all want more in depth things, like chit chats, let me know. If y'all like this chit chat, comment and subscribe and like for more content. This is my very first ever chit chat, so yeah. But yeah, just all in all, y'all will do great. Thank you all for everyone that has subscribed. I think I have like 43, 44 subscribers, which is crazy because imagine if that was 44 people I was speaking to. And just know that you have all the power, like, well, not you have all the power, but you have a lot of power, don't give that power away. Anything you want in life, you can attain. Create a vision board, work actively towards those goals and dreams, be around kind people. Kindness matters. That's something else I didn't say throughout the video, but being kind to people, very important. And knowing that you can succeed, knowing that, being confident. I feel like having a faith matters. That is something that has helped me get into every stage in life and be successful. I deem myself as successful. Just in college, I thought I was with what I was doing, and I was very intentional in this next phase in life. I still will be intentional. I will still choose joy, and knowing that roadblocks, minor setbacks, are that major comeback. Okay, so another point of advice for a senior is be intentional with what you want to do next. Like, what do you want to do next? And make sure everything is in order, because senior year flies by. So make sure everything is in order. So transcripts, your grades, your graduation, make sure you apply to graduate. If you're doing any further education, make sure those are in. You're checking your emails. You go to all the events. Y'all tuition, they be taking that tuition money like that. So go to all the events, even if you don't like the artist, if you don't like the concert, if you don't like, even if you don't favor the event, go. Just go for the vibes, if anything. Go with your friends. That's a memory in itself. Bring a Polaroid camera. That's another thing I would say. Bring that Polaroid camera, y'all. Y'all can print up them photos, look back in 20 years when y'all are married with your kids, being like, girl, your mom was cool, your dad was cool. Like, look at what I was doing in college. I was balling in college. That's what I would say. I brought my Polaroid camera everywhere, and my vlog camera. Now, I didn't vlog a lot. I vlogged in my apartment and stuff, and some things y'all didn't get to see, but I brought my camera everywhere, okay? And I have those memories, so that's another thing I would say. And be kind. There's no need to be an a-hole. Don't be pressed like a panini. That's a phrase I say is, don't be mad, girl. Relax. Be kind to people. If people are rude, dismiss them. Now, if something happens, let it go. That's what I would say is don't be so consumed by other people's mistakes and behaviors, because it ain't got nothing to do with you. That's what I've learned. I just go about my business, have a nice day, and that's what I do. My experience in res ed, I would say it's changed my life in the sense of it's given me, like I said, the opportunity. Like, my apartment, didn't know I would ever get it, didn't know I'd be chosen to do that. So the experience of living in an apartment, like, to me, that's a big deal. To some, that's like whatever, but living in an apartment to myself, that was a big deal. I would say is you learn a lot about management, employment, student employees. It's a lot of different things that I won't get too deep into. I would say overall the experience of living on my own was good, but management and other things made the job challenging. So that's a part I don't miss a part about the job and other aspects of the job. But overall, like living on my own and doing my own thing, that was memorable. So yeah. Okay, so I will catch y'all in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Oh, I didn't show y'all the top. This is the top. It's yellow. And yeah, catch y'all in the next one.